especially these days in times of crisis. We're suffering an economic crisis right now with unemployment numbers through the roof.
Fucking pandemic going on,
yeah. I'm afraid to say this, but this is the China virus. China sent us the plague.
What do you think about
we're
China?
living through the plague right now. I think the government of China is the worst. It's anti-American.
It's
anti-free speech. Anti almost everything that America believes in.
So
it is true. Like, and the things with there's so much shit going on. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You have to admit that Donald Trump did something which was he created a lot of jobs and here because he pretty much blocked a lot of outsourcing to China, for example. So obviously, you know, I work in the production field, right? We're producing way more than we've done in 20 years. Like, we really produce a lot, and it's because a lot of companies are not ordering shit from China anymore. You know, so that's something you gotta give to the guy.
He's protecting American jobs.
He is. You know, but you also have to say he overblows a lot of shit he says. You know what I mean? He speaks in hyperboles. Like, sometimes it's like, holy shit, like the best ever, and it's not necessary.
Twitter, his tweets are very harsh.
I find them hilarious sometimes. You know, sometimes I'm like, is he trolling people with this shit?
And I find him very funny. I think
he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, if you get enraged by it, you think, oh, fucking race. Yeah, but okay, I'm a Latino. I'm an immigrant, right? I came to this country when I was 17.
Why did you
I don't feel affected by crazy comments. I don't. Like, I have criteria. Like, it doesn't affect me. Because I don't put myself in that group. Like,
critical thinking.
Yeah, like, it doesn't. You know, the same thing. Like, I don't feel protected by any Democrat. You know, oh, Kamala Harris said this. Oh shit! Like, I feel good about it. It makes no difference in my life. You know.
Yeah.
My efforts are the things that I do in my life. Either good or bad.
But
I want to mention this thing.
Okay, because then I have my next question. So we don't.
No, it's good.
Yeah, which is that in Spain, for example, they are going through an economic crisis. They're going through curfews enforced by the government.
It feels like Spain is always going through economic crisis.
Yeah, and the unemployment numbers are high, very high. That is something that people don't talk about because the economy has been so great for the past 4 years that they just take it for granted.
Yeah.
And you know, because the economy is always going to be good, we should elect a socialist candidate. No, we should protect the economy and make it even better, especially now. And I think Donald Trump is doing a great job with not only with the stock market, with working people like me and you, mentally. The unemployment numbers of minorities like Black communities, Latino communities, Asians, they have been the lowest of the lowest in the entire history.
Yeah.
We should focus on that.
See,
because success is going to bring us together. That's what Donald Trump said.
And that's the idea. That, you know, I remember. Now that you said that, I mentioned that. I remember I had an uncle. He was a big fan of Fidel Castro. Yeah. So. Wait, he was a big fan of Fidel Castro. And the idea when you talk about socialism, it's like a utopia. If we weren't human, it would work beautifully. But we were fucking greedy by nature. You know what I mean? So, but the socialism in paper works, but when you apply it in a society with thinking and people that want more and people that want to succeed, socialism doesn't work. So the whole idea of socialism is you have to be able to see that most Democrats don't like, they catalog everything as hate speech if you have an opinion.
All right, but let's talk about
I don't
people
like
here,
that.
not politicians. So most people are liberal or conservative, not Democrat or Republican. You don't block people under their fucking political preference.
Of course.
Like, if you sway liberal, that's usually what you call yourself, because like you don't have any interest in creating this kind of back and forth.
It's a part
of
like
who'd you vote for? It doesn't matter, man. I want less government.
Is it part of an ideology that you hold, or is something that you can swing and say, you know what, this time, right now, what is it leaning to? I don't agree. Maybe I go this side. critical enough to take that decision, or you were always going to be Democratic just because that's something that you feel it represents you? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think most people in the course of a conversation are not trying to talk about who they'd rather have in office. They're trying to talk about what kind of government they would rather have. It's an idea that they're trying to talk about. It's not the people,
of course.
Rather than
it's
the
like
reality.
a utopia. It's like a fucking utopia.
Yeah. So the idea behind like the liberals is that like, for the most part, what they want is like, they want some kind of progress as far as how we treat each other.
And you think politics is the way
conservatives want the same thing, but there's like the business angle, and then there's like the civil rights angle. For some reason, they're always at ends with each other.
You know, and it's a touchy subject when you talk about the history of this country. You cannot forget it.
Of course,
you'll be in denial if you think that black people and Indians and Native Americans were treated terribly.
Of
bad.
course.
Terribly bad.
Of course.
But to use that as a political strategy to gain votes, which is what the Democratic Party is doing a lot now, you know. And it's,
what are you saying?
You mean like political correctness is the leaning way that the Democratic Party has been taken for the last 8 years. It's what I'm saying. It's like what I'm saying is that we protect the minority and everything.
But it's a means to an end. Like you slap people on the fucking antiquated racist shit, and then eventually the pendulum swings back where like you just don't hear.
Which is where we are right now. Which is where we are right now.
More or less.
More or less. No, sorry. This is and it's an unbelievable weird shit that how we are. Every time we reach an extreme. Oh no, shit! Let's go back to
the roll, man. That's how we roll. We live in the extremes, man. That's what makes it the land of the free.
Because the fucking balance is
just
fucking
a phrase.
bullshit.
It doesn't mean it's true.
It's fucking bullshit. Balance is bullshit. We're by nature humans. We're so extreme. Like if something is getting too politically correct, everybody starts backlashing.
Yeah.
If something gets too crazy and
well, like this country, the tenets of this country, the way this country has been developed has been like it invites crazy. This is a dramatic place to be.
It's
you know, it's a democracy. Everybody gets a vote.
Pedro wants to say something.
I want to do that. I've been listening.
Please,
forever.
okay, it's time for Pedro.
To me, it's crazy how people want the government to be bigger, because the bigger the government, the smaller the individual. And that's exactly what the Democratic Party wants to do. They want to have more control over you. Want to have control, more taxes. They want, you know, that's what
governmental aid comes at a price, for sure.
Taxpayer money. And if you've been working all your life, and then you're gonna have to pay what, like 50% in taxes? That's less money in your pocket, and giving someone else, the government, the right to choose what to do with your money. That is
we're not Scandinavia. It's not gonna work here.
I mean, like, without your tax money, how's any of that shit gonna get done?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
No, I get it. But let's talk about you know what Finland, Sweden, and all that. They work so fucking amazingly. They have the best healthcare in the world and a great society. It's because they pay 60% of their taxes to the government,
man.
And their culture is so fucking amazing that it works there.
Well, do you guys?
But over here, dude, if you tell me I'm gonna pay 60% of my tax, I'm gonna flip you off.
I don't
think. Do you think if you have a lot of money, and like somebody else doesn't have a lot of money, that you should pay more taxes because you have more money?
That's what there are donations. You don't have to.
Wait.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Wait. Okay.
A donation is optional.
Give me.
Yeah. And as far as being a tax-paying citizen, the right to live in this country,
right,
with rights.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would help your fellow man out if you knew them or didn't know them because you had more money and they didn't?
Okay, all right.
It's just hypothetical.
How did you make that money?
It doesn't matter. You could have inherited it. You could have gotten it from
give me a
nowhere.
number.
You could have hustled it. It doesn't matter.
Give me a number.
Give
me a number.
All right. If you make, let's say,
as a personal fortune. Not how much I make a year. I got 1%. Yeah. I'm the 1%. I'm a billionaire.
No,
billionaire. A millionaire.
No, way less than a 1%er.
Okay. More than $400,000
a year.
Biden said that he's going to raise taxes to people who make more than $400,000 a year.
Yeah. Which is
that's
Obama
okay with me, man. I'm nowhere close to that.
Me neither.
But if I was close to that, like, I don't know, man. I'm not that big of a spender.
Let them answer your question, though. Like,
no, but I want more specifics. Like, okay, so I make $500,000 a year.
You are always manifesting. The question is, are you manifesting consciously or unconsciously? To manifest is to bring something forth into your physical